Yeah. Hey. Welcome to the network.
Man, oh man, squad, y'all have no idea how excited your boy is. You feel me? Because I got a superstar in the building. You feel me? I got another person that got a cool name just like I do. You feel me? Because you know my name Blaze Hunter. Y'all know what it is, and that's Jamal Marvel, baby. What's up,
Yo, what's up, fam? What's up?
Come on, man. Welcome to the dope bar. You know what I'm saying? Now we did an interview before, but that was a joint thing. You know what I'm saying? That's when SNL was getting all the hype. UTC was doing y'all thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, every time we were able to talk, link up, it was always the joint thing. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's about Jamal Marvel. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I got my sippy sip.
I got something right here. I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Back to your energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm matching your energy right
Exactly. So first and foremost, man, how you been?
Man, I've been good. Life has been moving in crazy ways and unexpected ways and some expected ways, which is good because you plan things out and it happens. So that's always a good thing. So, I've been real good, man. Just making a lot of moves and just getting ready for this next chapter in life, which looks to be. Can I cuss? Okay.
Yeah. Come on, all in. we at the dope bar, baby.
Bet. Looks to be fucking amazing. You feel me? Like it's a beautiful thing to sit back and be like, the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, next couple of years of my life gonna be fire. It's great to be able to feel that. You know what I mean? Like I'm so ready for it. So yeah, it's good things, good stuff.
It's dope to have that feeling because what's crazy is people get so caught up in what the world is where they don't even get a chance to focus on that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And it take a while to get there. How long do you in your just journey in your life do you think it took you to be able to even say something like that?
Honestly, so I believe the cycle, right? I don't have a terminology full on for it. I guess I'm still cooking.
Yeah.
I want to say all, but it's just a concept I came up with. I believe that's a continuous cycle of growth, destruction, and chaos, right? So take food, for example, right? I'm calling it the cycle of transcendence. This is what I'm calling it, right? And basically think about cooking, right? You bring your items to the stove, right? You get these beautiful, onions and green peppers and your chicken and all these beautiful solid items, right? And they're done and they're fully realized. Then what we do to them? We chop them up.
Come on.
Right? We cut them up. We smash them. We do all these things to them. We destroy them. We destroy the known state of what they are, right?
Yeah.
Then we apply some form of chaos. We boil it. We fry it. We apply some form of pressure and chaos to it. But at the end of that, what do we have?
Come on.
Some dope food. We got a unique and new that went through this whole process, right? And then the process starts right over again. Because as soon as you put it in your mouth, what do? You chew it up.
Exactly. Wow.
Right? You can find that in every piece of your life. So I believe that you will always be going through that cycle continuously. You feel me? So to answer your question, when I was young, like between, I would say about 13 to like 19, I always been an outgoing person, but I was pretty depressed. And I was able to get out of that depression kind of state at about 19, 20. It was like a awakening. And because of that experience, because of that that process of destruction and chaos that I've been going through, when I was able to transform to my new form at that moment, I was not born or reborn with, but I was I came forth with this idea that I never wanted to take anything for granted. Nothing good, nothing positive for granted, because I know what not positive feels like. So I've always been in that sense of, since I was like 19, 20, I've always been in that point where it's like, man, you know what? I'm so happy today. I'm happy to be able to talk to my friends. I'm happy to go to Waffle House after being fucked up and enjoy it, because people don't got friends.
Exactly.
People don't got things to hang out with and have experience to do. You know what I mean? I'm excited about the art and stuff that I create. Big, even if it sounds horrible at the moment, it's gonna get good.
Exactly. Hey, you gotta go through the process.
Exactly. So I've always been really grateful just for like the small things, because those small things are really what matter. Those small things end up being the mountain, the base of your mountain, your pyramid of life. Without that base, you won't have anything. So if you don't respect and love and appreciate that base, everything built on top of it will crumble. And you won't, so that I've always been really happy and just grateful in that thought of that process.
I love that. Well, you give off that energy for real. The 2 times I got to actually be able to meet you and be in the same place, you gave off that energy automatically. You know what I'm saying? Every time you're on camera, you give off that energy. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to bottle it up and sell it. Because people out here miserable. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me.
We going through some times right now where it's like the country crazy because of it's election time, and just me seeing the diversity from different people is on another level. You can't even have conversations, and I'm like, yo, just get in the moment and chill. Like, here, take a. We calling this the Marvel right here. Take some of this. Take a sip.
People. I again. Just going back to just being lucky, I work in a job field, and in my place of employment, we are able to talk about everything, because of people. I mean, we have different walks of life from one extreme to the other, and we get into this crazy, hardcore, all out, raw, fuck you emotions debates, and then after we get to those raging 6-hour blah 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 blah, we like, who house we drinking at?
Thanks.
What we doing this weekend? You know what I'm saying?
They remind me of that episode of Martin where Martin and Gina arguing with Pam and Tommy. They going at it, and right after they're done, all right, so we're gonna see y'all tomorrow night. All right, we're playing cards. Peace.
And that's the beautiful thing about humanity. Like once we get past our freaking ego, once we get past that defensive mechanism that makes us react because we're feeling vulnerable, we're feeling some emotions. Then you're able to say, you know what? Look, this is your belief, this is your opinion, this is how you see the world, this is how you live your life, right? And that's you.
Straight up.
I might agree with it, I might not agree with it, I might relate to it, I might not relate to it, I might think it's the stupidest shit on the fucking planet.
Come on.
Guess what? It's you. Just like you might think my thing is the stupidest shit on the fucking planet, but it's me. And we can exist in the same world, in the same space. You expecting me, expecting you, I'm expecting you. And hopefully, because we're communicating, I might get a little piece of that joy that you might have for yourself.
Come on.
A little piece of my joy that I have for yourself, and make it your own. And we're growing together in that perspective.
Exactly.
That's what it's about, that's what it's about.
It is, man. A good friend of mine hit me with something a little while ago that I carry with me, where she was like, if this piece of understanding, if everybody has, we'll all be better. We have to realize that we aren't the main characters in other people's story. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Me? Yeah. Like if somebody else's story, I'm a douchebag, then it's okay. You feel me? It's okay, because in your story, if that's what I am, now it's up to me to decide, do I want somebody that sees me as a douchebag in my life or not?
Exactly.
So instead of us having the back and forth, I could remove myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have that issue. Sometimes we get to the point where, why aren't these people doing this for me? It's been in music. We feel like, where the family at? Y'all see I dropped the album. Why I got all these strangers support me and not y'all? But I had to get mature enough to know that I am not the main character in their story. What the heck they got going on in their story? I'm sure they're not waking up. Oh, you know what? The hell with Jamal today. I ain't listening to them. They're not doing that. You feel me? I just feel like if us as a people would just recognize we aren't the main characters in other people's story, I think everybody would be more happy.
That is so. I love that. That's a book that I've read called The Four Agreements. I don't know if you heard of it before.
Ooh, I have heard of it. I never read it though.
It's a small book, and I read through it the first time, or I listened to it the first time.
Yeah. And
I went back, and this Four Agreements, and I just got stuck on the first one personally. Because I try to take stuff and incorporate it in my life, not just hear it. But one of the agreements is to not take things personally. Don't take it personally. And some of these things are so small, you're like, oh man, whatever. But think about it. people react and they feel some kind of way because they take it personally.
Yes.
If I say, "Hey, come check out my new music," and you're a friend of mine, and you're somebody who we're supposed to be close and X, Y, and Z, and you don't go check out my new music, right? People would take it personally.
Yep.
Like a betrayal or X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Don't take it personally, because if you know not to take it personally, then you're not assuming things.
Exactly.
You don't know what happened in that person's life. You don't know, what they're going through. You don't know that they might just been busy, right?
Exactly.
You have no idea about what's happening, yet it's still you and your feelings. You and your feelings by yourself in your mind.
Come on.
Stressing your body out, getting wrinkles and heart attacks and all this shit because you taking it personally.
You doing all the stress and they ain't losing not a lick of sleep.
Exactly. Don't take it personal. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's big dope. That's big dope. So before we dive into what the last year and a half has been like for you musically, I just want to say, I personally, huge fan, you feel me? Like we worked together on some, doing the promos for the song. I just want to let you know I've never took the music off rotation.
Oh man.
Never. If people are angry about that, that's it's my station. I can do what I want. Because it's fire, bro. They still get requested normally.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Lately, freaking day and night. That's been going crazy the last month for some reason.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Like I haven't done nothing different to where I pushed that one, but it's been getting the attention to that. But I say all that to say, yeah, bro, you feel me? Like you're amazing. So how has the last year been? Since releasing, day and night, and and that whole project. Mm-hmm. What has the last year been like for you musically?
Man, so before I even start, I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you so much for that, man. Everybody has their motivations, right?
Yeah.
And one of my motivations is that I'm just creative, so I will create. I want to die creating. If I was creating for just myself, I will always create.
Yeah.
The other motivation is when I hear, people are being fans of my art. That puts a fire under me like nobody's business. So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for.
Yeah, you're on a couple different like people playlists. My boy, my freaking boy Reggie, he DJs in Palm Beach, and he had a few different clubs. So he's been doing an R&B night. So he's like, yo, throw me some music. So Day and Night and Mr. Man is both in his playlist.
Hey.
Of course, SNL is in his playlist.
For sure.
I got another boy that got he worked at a skating ring in Atlanta, and when he do his skate nights, he got the party favors in his playlist.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all look, it's a smoothness, bro.
Yo,
smoothness.
That's so dope, man. That's so dope. So the last year, honestly, last year has been kind of crazy. So last year and a half, man. Wow, time goes by fast.
Real fast.
Yeah. So 2023 was a crazy rush year for me. So I started getting ready for deployment in 2023, the beginning of 2023. Yeah. So I wasn't even at my home. I was gone, traveling for work. So I different locations: Guam, Alaska, Japan. And I came back from all that, and I literally, it was like you're leaving this day, you're gone for a month. You come back, I'm here for a week or two. You're gone for a month, I'm here for a week or two. So it was like that the entire first half of 2023. Sheesh. And I'm coming back to. I came back from Guam and in July, end of July.
Yeah.
Went to Vegas to play in the oh my God, what's it called? Evo. It's the biggest gaming tournament in the world.
We we're gonna dive into that. So we're gonna get there. Continue though.
So the Evo, my mom came out with me, so that was a cool mom, son of experience. And then literally 2 weeks later, deployment. And I was gone. It's gone, shoot. So I didn't get back till March sometime. So it's been a really fast-paced year. So I'm really just now getting back to a normalcy of like, oh, this is my bed and this is what it feels like type concept. What I mean?
Yo,
I walk around the house still like, hello, couch. I miss you.
I miss you.
Yeah, hello, TV. I paid a lot of money for. I have not watched ever. Today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a good problem to have. You know what I'm saying? It's a good problem to have.
Exactly. So, you know,
yeah.
from that, I've had a lot of time to create and think and contemplate. And one thing I've really been trying to do is to stay in the moment. Stay in the moment of what I do, what I want to do. And most importantly, listen. We have everybody has his voice, right? Call it what you want to call it. Some people call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it, you know, your subconscious, whatever. That's this internal voice that we have that guides us if we listen. If we listen. And I can tell you off my life, off rip, every single time I blatantly ignored that voice, bad shit has happened. Okay?
Bro. I always tell people when they're like, "Oh, I can never hear God don't speak to." I say, "Bro, y'all hear God all the time." It's like, what you talk about? Have you ever been like, something told me not to do that?
Told me.
You heard it loud and clear.
You know, and a lot of times you push it out. It's like no big deal, X, Y, and Z. So I've been really trying to sit. I've been meditating, doing breath work, X, Y, and Z, and just I want that voice to be loud so I can hear it. Loud enough to make me stop. Because if I stop, then I'll listen to it. You know. So you know, I was going through this thing of what I want to do with music, and I was like, what, you know, people just release. I'm just releasing. What am I trying to say? What do I really want to do?
Yes.
So the album I dropped in 2020 called Tales of a Fool was a really good starting point and idea of what I wanted. It wasn't fully fleshed out. I knew I had something and I wanted to fuse music and I wanted to fuse writing and I wanted to fuse all these things together into a project. And I was going back and I was listening to it. There were certain things on it I just personally, I was like, that one, this one, this is great. This is not as good, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm going to do? That is going to be my story. That's going to be my legacy for music. My legacy is going to be me, right? So what I decided to do was, kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but I decided to treat my music like I treat my book series.
Come on.
In the sense of how I release it. So the first album of the series is called Premonition. And that's the album that I'm dropping in October, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to that later on. And then after that, that's Premonition is what is to come, right? And in each one of the albums, there will be a short audiobook, about a minute and a half to 2 minutes long, and in that will dictate the theme of that particular album. So for Premonition, the short audiobook is Prologue. It's the beginning of a book. It shows you what's coming up. And then the next album is Tales of a Fool, Blah, Chapter 1. And then the next album, Tales of a Fool, Blah, Chapter 2. And each chapter gives you the premise of what the album is going to be about, and you get the audiobook. You feel me? I'm going with that artwork does the same thing. So, you know, at the end of the 5-6 album series, you have a miniature audiobook you can listen to, you know, and then B, you have a full-on story with this character. And the characters, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to base it off, and I decided to base it off me. I've seen a lot of shit. I've done a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit. So the albums, the series, the musical chronicle, go from my childhood to where I'm at now. You obviously won't get to the day until later on in the album. A chronological order from then to throughout that. And you know, so that's what I've been really working on. So that's coming together phenomenally well. Man, I'm so I got so much stuff to record. I'm even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Right now, it's a total of 6 albums, right? And out of 6 albums, I would say each album on average, not including like track wise, but song wise, is about 16 to 17 tracks.
Oh, that's gonna be you taking it back to the old days, projects.
16,
4, 5 songs, 2-minute songs. We about to get projects.
Got the projects.
Yes.
And no cap, out of the 6 albums, 5 of them, all the songs are already ready to be recorded. I'm ready to go to the studio and record them. So I'm ready. So I'm itching to like, you know, but I'm focusing. I'm staying in the moment, trying my best to stay in the moment. You know, because
Yeah.
you gotta give love to everything that you do. Right?
Yeah.
You don't put work behind something and then just move on. You know,
Exactly.
from it, right? You ain't cooking no meal for no 2 hours, and then be
Come
like,
on.
I'm gonna wake. I'm gonna focus
Facts.
tomorrow.
Facts.
You
Big
know?
facts.
You're gonna sit down, you're gonna enjoy that shit. You know, I've been cooking these damn collard greens for
Come
hour
on.
and a half.
Straight up. Straight up.
2 hours. You know what I mean? So it's the same concept. So I'm trying to, stay in that moment and focus on that. But, so I've been doing that a lot for last year. The other portion of what I've been working on, which I'm also really excited about, is in today's world, it's not enough to just be a thing. You have to be very multifaceted. So whatever skill sets you don't have or skills that you do have, you should be leaning on all of those, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at my social media, and as musicians, a lot of times you're like, hey, we got new music, take up a new song, X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
But how many amazing musicians are there? There's so many, especially with social media today. It's everywhere. Doesn't mean that what you do isn't special. It just means that the market is saturated. This is not the 1950s.
Come on.
It's not the 1940s. So you have to do multiple things to draw attention to yourself, and to really truly turn yourself into the business. With music being a department of you.
Preach.
You feel me? So one of the things I was, well, how do I do that? How do I do that for myself? And more importantly, whichever avenue I decide to go down, it has to be something that I love.
Yes.
Right? Because if you start doing something just because it's going to bring you some type of financial gain or some form of visual recognition, then you're going to quit it. You're going to stop it because you're going to start hating it because it's taking time from what you really love to do.
Exactly.
So that's extremely important. Passion has to be in everything you do. And if you're not passionate about it, let that shit go. Okay.
Period. Straight up.
So what else am I passionate about? So I write, sci-fi and fantasy novels. I'm a comic book nerd, right? I love DC, Marvel comics, X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So how can I fuse all these things I love with my music into one thing? So starting next week, actually, I'll start releasing some of these things. My YouTube channel is kind of taking a transformation. I've pulled off videos, kind of make it pretty much bare. So I can kind of start from scratch from this thing. And I created two things. One of the things I'm doing is I'm doing like using AI because I'm huge into AI.
Yeah,
same. AI, I'm in it.
Same. I don't figure that, man. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. I mean,
whole nother conversation.
I've been in AI for about a year and a half.
And right before you get off, your boy first comic. You feel me?
Hey,
yeah, yeah. I'm on that. You feel me? I'm on that. That's supposed to be a secret. That's supposed to be a secret. Y'all did not see what I just showed them. Okay.
Yo. We gotta talk off screen. Okay. We got no shit. We gotta talk off screen.
Yes.
So you right here. So one of the things I'm doing from the music portion on the channel, what I'll be doing is every month you're going to get a really cool, very interactive fact or fiction on a current artist, right? It's full of images of the artist, animated images of the artist, things you didn't know about them.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. People are really loving it. And it's not crazy long content in that sense, but it's enough for you to sit down and get that information, 5 to 8 minutes of fun. Then also in that though, what I'm doing, the fact of fiction, I'm also playing my music in the background, right? I'm also playing my songs at the end of the video when you get facts, X, Y, Z, because what I'm doing, I'm still advertising me. I'm still advertising this other segment, but I also show you that, I also like knowledge. I also love music. I also am good at creating art. Here's all the things that I do. Also, you're going to have the next week, you're going to get a hodgepodge type of a quick fact type thing. And the week after that, we see what we're going to do is it's a small podcast, nothing big, right? That's another thing you got to realize, balance. You have a zillion ideas, but if you can't do it,
man, come on.
Don't do it.
Facts.
So the podcast is real small. It's me and a couple of friends. I have friends from all different age groups. From being 19 years old to being 50, 60. So large age group. So it's going to be maybe 2 people per episode, 2, 3, maybe 4 people per episode, and we're going to listen to the artists that had the fact or fiction. So, for example, we'll do, I don't know, SZA, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to listen to an older artist, an artist that came out before 2010.
Yeah.
Essentially. And we're going to listen to one song from SZA, one of her best songs, and one of the best songs from the older artists. Let's say it's similar. Let's say Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
And then we're going to react to those songs and then debate which song was the best.
That's dope.
You know, so so not crazy long, but still interactive. In that way, what am I doing? I'm listening to some new music, and I'm showing some people who are a little younger some amazing classics. I'm showing some old interviews, some dope new music, and we're having a good conversation about what they did good here. Because people we always want to something. The new music they don't know how to sing, old music, blah blah blah. Let's appreciate all of it. Do great things X, Y, and Z. So
I love it.
We would give knowledge and teach that. The other portion of the channel is what I call the Megaverse.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm again writer. I love to write. I love comics X, Y, and Z. So now it's like, well, how can I do this? So basically, the storyline is real simple. All the things, all the worlds of everything that I love, from anime to Marvel to DC to whatever, all merge to just be in the same universe.
Yes.
And I'm writing from that perspective. So imagine Naruto being in the same world as Superman. As Goku being in the same world as One Punch, being in the same world as Batman.
Come on.
Okay? And each month, you're going to get a adventure of 2 or more characters. Okay. So each month will be a different adventure for 2 or more characters. And within that month, you get 3 episodes. All right. And with the way the episode consists of is, and I'll start giving you some of the names of some of the episodes, so it's the cool part. But the way, and actually, I'll just start off with, so for example, the very first episode starts off with the adventures of Batman and Iron Man.
Okay,
so that's going to be the first adventure, And the way it starts off, as far as the episode goes, is it starts off with a quote. So the quote comes up, it's read, X, Y, and Z, cool voice, blah, blah, blah. And you have to guess who said it. Was it Batman? Was it Iron Man?
Oh, that's dope.
It a guest character? So it's a guest character always a part of it. And then, you get the chance to guess. And then the answer comes up. And then let's say it's Iron Man, right? Then right after that, you'll get a 2-3 minute video on some stuff about Iron Man. Some really cool facts about Iron Man, his creation, who he was as a character, not basic things in the sense of stuff that I would feel everybody knows. Hey, we all know how Iron Man got his suit. We all know he was kidnapped, blah, blah. But more detailed stuff about how the design came about, who was the writers who did this, and that informational stuff about Batman.
Yeah.
And then it goes from that into, because I said the adventures of Batman and Iron Man, into an actual adventure. So it's a comic book that you get to read of
dope.
And the comic book is interactive, so it's moving pictures. It's still a comic book, but the words pop up, so you can read it. From time to time, you'll get some voice. You'll get Batman actually talking. You'll get Iron Man actually talking, and you'll get that adventure. And then each week you'll get a new episode. And by the end of the 3rd episode, the monthly episode, that monthly adventure is done.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next one. And the cool thing about this is I get to use anything I want to. So I'm going to throw a little spoilers out there. So I'm going to throw some episodes out there just to get people, if listen, excited about it, right? Because I'm excited about it, right? Because I get to teach and learn in X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
One episode is the adventures of Naruto and Bob Marley.
What?
Think about that. Another episode is the adventures of Martin Luther King and Magneto.
That's crazy.
Another one is the adventures of, what's another good one I really enjoyed? Oh, here's one. The adventures of oh my God, Michael Jackson and Buddha.
Yo.
And don't get it twisted. They're legit adventures, and their powers and XYZ, and it's all combined. And again, in each episode, I get to teach you something. I get to teach you about things about Martin Luther King or Nellie Hurston or whatever, Albert Einstein or these other individuals that, because you're still getting the comic book, but
so that's crazy. So you're getting the knowledge of things that you probably knew and things that you didn't know, and then you getting the straight adventure out of that. Bro,
exactly.
It's a journey and a half.
Yes. And although the episodes or the monthly episodes in itself, in its totality, tells a whole adventure, I'm an anime nerd. It has to have a through line. So there's a through line. So you have a major villain just like every saga of every anime. At the end of the year, the last 2 or 3 episodes would be that Avengers type portion with all the characters that you got to learn about and stuff at the end.
Yeah.
So that starts next week.
Bro,
that starts next week. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. Again, and also too, in that my music is playing in the background, explaining for every song that I'm releasing from this new album, each month you can have a new song kind of more highlighted.
Man, they getting them a Jamal Marvel gumbo.
They get a gumbo. If you hungry, come eat. That's
facts,
right? Yeah, I've been did a lot of testing out, showing to different people, and people are loving it. They get so excited about it. It just makes me even more exciting about it. So so that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been really working on.
we gonna dive into a whole lot more, but y'all know we gotta pay these bills. You feel me? Y'all know how we do. We got Jamal Marvel. We had the dope bar, man. We got a lot more to talk about. Let's get into it.
Shopping destination for you. Step into the store, it's a fashion parade. Finding that perfect fit like we've got it made. Mirrors shine back, it's all about the vibe. From the runway to the street, we're living on drive. Mic check, 212. The ultimate shopping destination for you.
Squad, we are back. Welcome back to the Dope Bars. Your boy Blaze Hunter. We got Jamal Marvel in the freaking building.
What's up?
Yo, I gotta dive into the gaming, bro. I gotta dive to this gaming tournament. Let's go. Let's go so how did that come about? And go through that.
I'm a gamer in general. I've been a gamer all my life. Like my dad used to take me to the arcade when I was a kid, and I'm a skinny, tiny kid, 10 years old, playing Tekken, whatever. And all the big kids and adults, you see the kid going to the game like,
exactly.
Like get off stick so we can play this competition. And whenever I'll be up there, the older people will come over and they have that look in their face. And my dad be like, "This ain't the one." Like you don't even know. Yeah, and I just be like, I can't wait to show you what I.
Come on.
You know what I mean? I've been playing fighting games all my life specifically. I played them, and they honestly kind of turned out to be my stress reliever. And I get from work, I just need to shut my brain down and focus on something else. That's kind of what I go to,
Hey, look, I ain't even gonna hold you. They used to have this game of WWE, or it was at the time WWF, No Mercy. And anytime somebody pissed me off, I created that character and I beat the hell. It's like that? Bet. Tear shot.
Bro, I ain't mad at you. I used to just you know what? Today you are this person. Yeah, I feel you. Yep. So, and honestly, too, to be honest, a lot of my creativity for my works, my novels, things like that, and music came from video games. I'm a big OST fan, so I listen to a lot of soundtracks of music. Final Fantasy soundtrack, dope. Gears of War soundtrack, dope. Street Fighter Third Strike soundtrack. I don't know.
Yeah.
I stand by this. Say whatever in the comments. I don't care. I stand by it. Dopest OST. Period. Street Fighter Third Strike. Just fire, fire, fire. Okay. So I always been playing video games forever. So and then a lot of times online you play friends and you make connections to people you play with for years. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they become good friends and stuff. So I went to Evo back in 2016, and that was a great experience. And I haven't said I really want to go back. So last year I was in my fuck it mode. Sometimes I get like that. I'm like, I'm worried about this, or should I spend this? And then sometimes it's like, fuck it. Yeah. Experience, right? So I went out to Vegas and got there, and it's crazy. When you go into Evo. I forget what hotel was located at this year, but you walk into the platform and it's thousands of people. Yeah, screens and monitors, big monitors and stages everywhere. You have the local gaming systems, PlayStation 5s and computers, and Xbox. Well, mainly PlayStation, to be real. Yeah. But but all that out there, and the energy is so beautiful. Yeah, like you got people dressed up in cosplay, characters, and you get to just really sit back and enjoy it. Sometimes you're in the tournament, other times even turning, in the tournament at that moment for your particular category, you just you walk, you want to play. People, drinking, wilding out, and it's just good fun and energy. That's one of the reasons I love to go to those events. It just feeds my soul. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up signing up for a lot of games. I didn't really have time to play for most of them just because moving around busy. But my main games, Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. That's when I went there to play. But the rest of them, Street Fighter X, Y, and Z. So I jumped down. I jump on the stick. So a couple of different ones, and I'm playing some like pretty heavy hitters. Like this is your specialty, Street Fighter, and I'm holding my own. Like I'm just I think I bought Street Fighter. I had played it like once. And then I signed up for the tournament. Yeah. Street Fighter 6. And I was like, I'm watching these cats. I'm like, a lot of extra shit going on in this. A lot of things I ain't never seen how you do before. So, I get on. And I'm like, well, I do know basics. So I picked Guile. Yeah. I got a projectile. Got an anti. And I'm very good at both. So all I can do is do that. So I'm just, defense, anti-air, blah, blah, blah. So I'm fighting some of these heavy hitters. They're like, we can tell that you don't play Street Fighter 6. So you're not using any of the other techniques. Exactly. We can tell that you are a master at fighting games because you are kicking our butts right now on this basic shit.
The basics.
The basic shit. And I'm like, wait till I get home and practice this shit. You can see me next year. You know what I mean? Facts. And then for Marvel, I ended up, so you have your pools, right? Yeah. And the first pools, you get to the links. You get a link of all the people you're fighting with this app, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at the, who I'm fighting, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm good at Marvel. And I'm looking at the second name. I keep looking at the name. Like, man, name sounds so familiar, right? Sounds so familiar. And then they called I didn't realize until they was like, Marvel, you up next. Marvel, you up next. And then they named the other person. You up next. Like, after this next fight. Yeah. They said a name that clicked. And this was a former Evo champion in this game like 8 years ago. So he won the tournament like 8 years ago. And I was like, this is the person I'm going against. You know what I'm saying? So he sat down. He kind of looked at me like, he about to destroy me type thing. But, we went back and forth. It was close. The first round, he destroyed me. The second round, I beat him pretty decisively. He kind of looked at me, kind of gave me that look. I was like this, I was careful. I'm sitting there shaking. I'm like, yeah. And then the second round, the third round he came up. I beat him decisively. He was like, what? And I was like, but he ended up coming back to the last round and taking the game, which puts me in losers. So once you're losers, you can't lose anymore. Yeah. I ended up winning 16, 17 games straight. And I got to the not the semi, but right before. So basically, I think it was. I'm not sure how much specifically for Marvel, but I know the amount that showed up for Evo that year. It was 15 players that showed up. Damn. So, but I don't know how many specifically out that amount was towards Marvel, but it was a large amount. But out of thousands came to Marvel, I got top 70. So I was very happy,
Yeah.
with that. So yeah, so it was a good time, man. I highly enjoy, if you like video games, if you like made things like that, go to it. And also you get to see and network with so many different people. Being out there, I was meeting so many other people, a lot of Black people as well, making their own video game.
Bro, that is the best thing is when you get to see, like, we neither one of us, ladies and gentlemen, are racist by a long shot. We love everybody, but it feels so good when you see our people doing stuff like that, bro.
Branching out into things that we're not supposed to branch out into.
That we're not supposed to. Come on.
Exactly. I'm talking to these two brothers, and they're like, yeah, you and my brother played video games growing up, and we decided to create our own video game. And I'm sitting down on the sticks and the controller, and I'm playing a fighting game that these two people created together, just them. It's a beautiful thing. You feel me?
That's dope.
And that's a lot of stuff you can get into. You can make background music, things like that for these artists. So definitely a good experience. I tell anybody to go to it.
You said you had a mother-son moment when you went. So dive into that real quick.
So my mom's dope. Okay, my mom is dope.
Same as mine. Shout out, Mom Dukes.
Shout out to Mom, man. As she came out and visited me, stayed for me a little. Well, she came out to visit, ended up staying for like 2 months. I was like, my sister got married, right? And my brother came out. My mom came out because it was living in Texas, and they drove through where I was at to go to my sister's wedding. It was a big deal. She's the only sibling, married and stuff, getting married, And on the way back, they come back through the house because we were riding together. I'm like, this is nice. I haven't been able to be with my family like this for a long time, So this is really nice. We really enjoy each other's company. The energy is great, and it's not feeling to come back, stay for a week, week and a half. Well, week and a half pass. It's all Gucci. 2 weeks pass. I'm like, let's go. It's a good time. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every moment, but I'm also noticing that they still here, but it's still great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then 3 weeks go by, and then 4 weeks, 6, 10, 12. I'm like, so then finally my mom leaves. She goes off to Virginia, and I'm looking at my brother, and he's like, and I'm like, look, bro, I love you, but motherfucker, you about to pay rent.
You feel me?
Look, my hospitality has just ended. I'm gonna need. I love you. I love you, little brother. That's why I'm gonna give you this brotherly discount. You know what I'm saying? Because you came here in May, and it's August.
Hey, took clean advantage.
But it was good. He ended up staying for a whole year. So it was great. It was great to bond and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But my mom was dope. Anyway, so she get to meet a lot of my friends and things like that. And even to just my coworkers and stuff. Like, when your mom coming back out? She's cool. When she's coming back out? So she was in California, and when she found out I was going to Vegas, she's like, I'm gonna come out with her and hang out with you. So she came with all the tournaments, and she was hanging out with people, and people was talking to her, and they were taking pictures with her. We love your look, and we love your hair.
Yeah.
And then she was telling me how people were coming up to her and being like, oh, because people know you by your gamer tag. My gamer tag's like Lupus, right? And they were like, apparently, I didn't know this until things were happening, but mom was like, they were like, I've been watching him play since I was a kid. I played him when I was at this time, one time 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And I just want to meet him. And, so people coming to me, he's like, bro, you remember the time I played you like 5 years ago in Anubis? And I'm like, yeah. Man, you 5 years ago, you played the team with the Marvel characters. Of course I remember you. Great. But so that was a great moment, man. We went out eating, we food. My mom, going out dancing and drinking with my moms. And it was just a beautiful moment, man. It's a great time. I was like, we got to do this more often.
Yeah, it's dope. I love the relationship that I got with my mom. I'm real close to my mom as well, bro. And I just love being able to have that type of relationship where we can drink wine together. We can talk about things. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when I always call her my special counsel. need certain type of advice or things, that's the go-to right there.
That's the go-to. And that's the thing, one thing I would say, and I say this all the time, man, and it's really, really big to me, is that we hide who we are all the time. We talk about code switching. Essentially, it's a form of code switching. And we code switch our family, and our friends, and people we love, and people we're supposed to be close to, and we never get to know them. I went through some stuff at one point in life, and I came out with the mentality of, you know what? I don't want to know. I'm over knowing mom. I would like to know Sheila.
Yes.
I'm tired of knowing Aunt Ann. I want to know who Ann is. I'm tired of knowing, Grandpa. I want to know who Gerald is.
Yes.
And when you do that, you start to appreciate them, their experiences, their things, their humanity. And it's so much closer to them. And then you're able to do shit like, I can kiki with you, like I can talk with you, like
exactly.
I
Exactly. We still understand chain of command, and we make sure that But yes, bro, I love it. I wouldn't trade nothing. Like that's the ace. That's the rock right there. Is like
exactly.
It's crazy, man. I love it, and like she had me young, so. I'm getting to experience so much with her. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom ain't old, and so she can still travel and do stuff, and I love that. Just her birthday passed this summer. We went to like these the cabins out in freaking Georgia. Morganton, Georgia is where it's called. So it's like a bunch of freaking hills, which I hate, but nice cabin, bunch of bedrooms. We had my brother and sister's kids, so bunch of niece and nephews. I made sure they weren't on tablets. They was outside playing. It was such a good freaking time. I was hogging the jacuzzi.
Took it all the room up, just so
all the room. The only person to get in there with me was my baby. Okay with me too, and I love my mom and my girl relationship. It's dope. It's dope. Shout out to the moms, the real.
Shout out to the moms, like no lie. And you got to make sure you cherish those things, because people time goes by so fast. I lost my grandfather back in April. Yeah, and that was not like, it was so unexpected. I went out to New York to perform with Tori, was performing in Queens. Phenomenal experience. We did Queens and Harlem, and what else perform at Brooklyn. It was so much fun. Even cool. And and it was a good experience, amazing experience. So, anyways, I was in New Jersey hanging out with my dad's side of the family. It was a great time, taking photos, hanging out with my little brother. My dad just had a kid. I got a 1-year-old brother.
Wait. Like, you want to start over? All right. That's you.
I've been my dad's only kid forever. So he calls one day, someone said, "How you like being a big brother?" I'm like, "Well, my mom has kids. I'm already a big brother." He's like, "Would you like another little brother?" And I'm like,
"To adopt it?"
I mean, yeah, He's like, "Yeah, because you got one." Yeah, my dad 58, 59 now. So
surprise.
He's surprised. He called me and told me something. Somehow D. I'm like, what? He's like, bro. He's like, I'm gonna have a playmate till the day I die. Yeah, bro, you're so goofy. But so I was up there with them having a good time. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we just so many good moments, man. So many good moments. And
love that.
And the whole time I was up there, something in me just kept saying, "Stay in the moment, stay in the moment, stay in the moment." So the night I was supposed to leave, the day before I was supposed to leave to drive down to the Virginia area to see my mom's side of the family, I got a phone call from my aunt telling me that my grandfather on my mom's side had passed out. He was in the house, had a heart attack. It was not a heart attack, but he stopped breathing. He collapsed, stopped breathing, and it happened twice. And he was in the hospital. So at that point, I'm anxious. I'm worried. I'm about to just take off driving. My dad, I was like, "Yo, chill. Like, it's almost midnight. You in Jersey. It's an 8-hour drive. Your family's there. He's stable. Just leave in the morning, right? Don't do anything rash, right?" So I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "Cool." So the morning comes, and my dad is not really wanting me to leave. He's like, "D, come with me to do this. D, come with me to walk your little brother. D, come with me to the baby." They got baby gyms, bro. Baby gym. You take the baby to the gym. they can barely fucking walk. You take them to the gym, and it's like other babies, and the babies play. It's like Teletubbies in Barney shit, but like real life. It's crazy. But anyways, so so he's kind of nagging me to stay, and I'm anxious wanting to go, but I'm like, all right, stay in the moment. 1 hour, and then I'm gonna leave. And as we're pulling back up to the house, my grandparents are coming out the house. And they're laughing and smiling, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, give me my hugs and bounce. They're like, what do you mean? We're gonna go get waffles and pancakes at the waffle pancake house down to diner. And I'm in my brain, I'm like, no, like my grandfather in the hospital, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, and it's hard. I can say, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I am leaving. I'm gonna put all my suitcase stuff into my car, and I am leaving from there to go after the waffle.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and then we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave, right? So I go, beautiful experience, wonderful. So I drive down to Virginia, see my grandfather. He's doing okay. Things are good. In Virginia for about less than a week. And I drive down to North Carolina. So I'm making my way from North Carolina to Atlanta back to where I live at. And I'm about to drive down to Atlanta, and I get a phone call from my stepmom, and she's like in tears, and she can barely speak, and telling me that my grandfather in New Jersey suddenly passed away.
Wow.
And I was just like, what? Crazy. And and that's another point, going back to listening to that voice, because that voice kept telling me, stay in the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I listened to it, because I got these final beautiful memories of my grandfather, you know what I'm saying? That I would have missed out on
if you would have just bounced.
If I just ignored that voice that kept telling me, stay in the moment, stay in the moment. So, that was a rough patch definitely this year, to kind of have almost lose, both of my grandfathers who were so precious to me. So precious to me. So, but yeah. So that was definitely the beginning start of that was definitely 2024.
Yeah, for what it sounds like, you got one of them. If your family decided to do a family reunion, it would be one of the cliche Black family reunions you see in movies. That's what it's given. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, honestly, my family is like real dope. Thanksgiving, each year for my family, Thanksgiving, my dad's side, we do it's really a family reunion. It's somewhere on a low note, like I say 50 people. On a high note, like 70, 80.
You got one of them families. Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
And it moves to a different house at the end of Thanksgiving. We have a whole meeting about who's gonna host it next year.
Yeah.
And sometimes New Jersey, sometimes it's in Georgia, sometimes it's in wherever location that you would. Everybody just moves to it.
Yeah.
And it's a whole thing,
I'm really trying to bring that back with my family. My family is like the older, like my generation of people. They just got so spread out, like my aunts, uncles, the people that were holding it down. A lot of them are passing off, and they're just too old. I feel like now it should be us, but a lot of them don't talk. They not with it, and all their kids growing. And I'm like, no, it's time to get these. Like, we hosted a Thanksgiving at our house about a year or so ago, and it killed me that the cousins ain't know each other. And I'm like, it's like, what's her name? Who is he to you? I'm like, that's crazy to me.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like that cabin trip. All them cousins there chilling with each other. Y'all need to have memories.
You have to keep it together. That's your unit. That's your unit. That's your fallback. That's your support system. That's everything to you. And you don't have to. Everything don't have to be this formulated thing. We doing a cousins only event. With my cousins, all my first cousins and stuff. We all adults now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over 21. We adults. We're gonna do whatever. And aunts and stuff. Like, we want to kind of like, no.
Y'all ain't cousins. Y'all,
You know what I'm saying? This is only for the kids. I mean, the adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can do, things like that, but it's so important to stay linked, man. Because without it, like, then you be lost in the sauce. You can be by yourself. You gotta get support. You know what I mean? So
like I'm blessed to be in a place to where I'm not one of the people that's beefing with everybody. So I love that. I'm good with people, and then of course with just friends. I got a good system. So, but it's just sad to see with the others, and I'm like, this younger generation, I want them to have that. I want them to be able to have that unit, because I cherish the moment. Back in the day, our family reunions was like them TV shows. Our Thanksgiving, all like you said, about 50. Our Christmases, our this, our that,
Yep.
graduations. Now it's only like that at funerals. Funerals, we see each other.
And what's the point? And what's the, I'm gonna go on this tangent too much. I fucking hate funerals, okay? I hate the whole process. I don't like it. It is just a lot of extra shit. I just be like, yo, family don't even got time to grieve because you got to worry about paying this and paying that. And the pastor wanting, who this wanting, da 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 da. But I told my mom, I was like, told my family this too. I was like, look, if I ever pass away before you guys, okay, hopefully it's not the point of the case. But if I ever do, don't bury me off rip. Don't cremate me off rip. Don't do none of that shit off rip. They was like, what do you mean? I was like, did you know that they can freeze your ass for a good 8 years? I'm gonna leave y'all some cash. Throw me in the freezer for a good 6 months. Celebrate my life, and then when y'all are ready to go through the ceremonial stuff, then go through that. Be it a year from now, be it 2 years from now, do it that way. But do not stress and put yourself through that when you're mourning.
I hope to God that I make it to extra 100 something. I want to be old. You feel me?
Oh,
but
sure.
I do know. But I do know off rip. If I was to go today, my funeral gonna be popping.
Hey.
No, I'm saying. Yeah.
I told my mom. I said, like, if y'all do my funeral, I was like, I want a vacation. We call it destination funeral. Okay, I want to be on the dopest Pacific Beach area. Okay,
come on.
I want everybody to bring 2 shot glasses. One shot is gonna be my favorite liquor, and one shot will be one of their favorite liquors. And I want to take 2 shots and say something nice about me.
Right. Because if you don't do it, I'm haunting you. So
exactly, and basically, and then go to the party on the beach behind me. That's how I want you to celebrate my life. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. A destination funeral.
And that's why it's so important to make it count while you're here. Like I was just on one of the podcasts I do. Shout out to the Rapid Rants podcast. We always end the show with everybody have a top question of the week that they do. So one of the hosts was like, "How do you want to be remembered?" And man, that was such a dope question because I'm like, it just poured in, and like I want to be remembered as when someone think of me 200 years from now, when my life is thought of, it's about putting a smile on somebody's face, living your life to the fullest, staying in the moment, being morally right. You know what I'm saying? All of those things, bro. And
sure,
then
sure.
Like, yeah, because it's a sad thing to like there's someone not saying their name, but they passed, and I had to tag along to the funeral for the friend, and nobody was there. And it was like maybe 7 people, and one person was like, one person was there, was on some, it felt like a comedy, like, oh well, glad that one gone. I wanted to make sure he was actually dead. Like it was like that. The dude was just a douchebag to people. The wife got up and was like, yeah, I know, thank for the few people who did come. He definitely wasn't the easiest person, and but at the end of the day, he was, he had his things. You don't know what he'd been through, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, I don't want to be in a situation like that when I'm gone. Like I want my life to have meaning and for some type of impact to carry on afterwards.
Exactly. Your legacy isn't anything tangible, right? It's not an empire that you build. It's not being a billionaire. It's not that, right? Exactly. It is the emotions and the feelings and the experience that live on, right?
Yes.
So the way that you make people smile when they think about you, that's your legacy.
Yes.
Well, people hate you when they think about you. That's your legacy.
That's your legacy.
And that will continue to flourish and move forward long after you.
Come on.
Right?
It's like to have like Michael Jackson, for example. Like my sister was born after he was already dead for a hot minute. And she went through a phase where she was just inspired by Michael. And that affected her life and impacted dress code and stuff like that. And it's like, you didn't know, you weren't here. You feel me? But it was just what he represented. There was no, like in her mind, there was no people being on all the child molestation stuff that they tried to throw on them and all of that. Oh, he was a weird person or none of that. It was the man in the mirror, Michael.
Yes.
they don't want to, the gone too soon, Michael, and she was just able to enjoy like the and that's powerful to me.
That's extremely that again. That's the point. You're connecting with somebody, and when you connect with somebody, it's done. It's done. You did. You created this link. And that link's gonna be with that person forever. And if the link is strong enough, you're gonna take that same energy that you created with that person, and they're gonna pass it to somebody else. And that's surely some people don't even realize how big their legacy is.
Come on,
think about it. If you
for real,
your energy is so good in the moment. You see a person and you just happen to walk into work one day and you say, "Good morning, beautiful people," right?
Yes.
I had a I don't know where did they come from? Bug spray, cut your grass. People go walk around and try to offer services. Dude comes and knocks on the door, and I'm always I try to be as polite as possible to everybody. So they was asking if I wanted to do anything outside the yard and da 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 da. And I was like, I was thinking about it. Sure enough, come in, we talk, chit chat, figure out what you're offering me, X, Y, and Z. And I don't know what we started talking about. I think he looked at the house and liked the house and the artwork I have, and we start talking about that. And then we start talking and whatever. And before we know, we're gonna be talking about the freaking stuff that we just sit time like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then he said something. He's like, you know what? I was having a horrible day. I've been working all this whole week. It's been bad. He's like, but I'm so happy I knocked on this door.
Come on.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we have a good conversation and share my energy. And I was this person weak.
Bro, I promise you, I just told a story about something similar. I was walking into I had a situation with the rental, the tire popped, so I had to get a new tire. So I'm going to get a tire. So as I'm sitting there waiting for them to deal with, so I'm waiting for the car that's getting worked on. I look out and I see it was dumb hot outside. See this dude walking up or whatever. So I just went, opened the door, and as I opened the door, he broke down and gave me a hug. He's like, I just need a break. And just, you don't understand, you just opening that door, and he just vented what he was going on. And I'm talking about came in ready to, he was just like, I turned this whole thing around, just listening. And then my responses, him laughing. He said, probably ain't laughing like 2 weeks, bro. It was like, that's crazy. And man, it was so dope. And the goal wasn't to, I'm going to open this door and make his life. It was just, it's hot. Let me help cuz out real quick, because I already know.
Exactly. Like I said, people don't understand. We have this thing that we do as humans where we dehumanize people based off the most stupidest shit. What they're wearing, what they look like, what their status is in the world, as if you can't be in that tomorrow.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, we do that and then we wonder why, and then we beg for empathy. Most of the hypocritical shit on the planet. We beg for empathy. Somebody sympathize with me, because I'm special, because I'm different than the rest of the people on the planet. I was so we was at I was walking my little brother. Everybody thought was my kid. In the stroller, and I took him to back to the car my stepmom was at, and we was in Newark at the funeral house home. I was outside. I was dealing with them, and there was this old lady who I knew had some mental problems. Homeless, some mental problems. I seen her walking. I was walking my brother, but as I was putting my brother back in the car with my stepmom, I heard a yell. So I turned around. We was a decent distance, and she had fallen on the ground on the sidewalk. So I run over to her, and when I run over to her, two things are going on my mind. First, the main thing that's going on my mind is that she's on the ground, she's yelling like she's hurt. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. I see her foot instantly; it's like twisted. Yeah, but I knew she was limping earlier, so I didn't know if that was like a normal. Yeah, she had done an old injury type concept. Yeah. So I helped her up. She was, saying she was in pain, helped her to the fence so she could stand. And I'm like, do you need to call an ambulance? Do you need to do whatever? And she kind of was like, no, kind of freaked out, X, Y, and Z, whatever. And, I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. Are you sure? I was like, I can have no problem calling an ambulance for you. And she was like, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. Don't call the ambulance, right? But she's still like moaning. Whatever. Yeah. And I put my hand on her arm. I'm like, are you sure, right? And she looks up at me and she just breaks down. I get emotional just thinking about it. Like she just broke down and just started wailing. And you could tell when people are faking, oh, I need give me some money to pay. And when people are like, what, she just broke down. And she was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. You know, and you know, she had a moment, and then I gave her some money because she didn't want to go to the ER, you know, to go get some food, X, and Z. And I looked to my left, and this made me so angry. So again, I ran over to the old girl. You know, I ran over to the older lady. But right across the street at the houses, sitting on the porch, are three grown ass black men. Like healthy, young, you know, black men sitting there watching. Didn't move a muscle to go help this old black lady who fell on the ground, calling out for help. You feel me?
That's crazy.
Empathy, sympathy. That's the shit that you need in this planet.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we have to do, because if we don't have that for each other, then we're going to turn to the look at history. I'm going to go on a history tangent. You know, I'm a history buff. I love fucking history. Huge thing on it, right? But one thing I would say about history is that humanity is insane. I said it all the time. I believe that humanity is crazy as hell. They're insane. We are insane. And I mean that in the sense of we will always continue to do the same shit over and over again, no matter generation, no matter what race of people. Humans will continue the same things. And if you look at those cycles, there's pieces of those cycles that you can dissect into two main categories. Those main two categories are acts of positivity and acts of negativity, right? Yes. And the goal for us is as humans is to try to stay in those acts of positivities. Because the acts of negativities equals, you know, German Nazi camps. Right, or the Japanese internment camps, the 7-11, I think it's called 743 or whatever, in Southeast Asia. It's the Rwandan genocide. It's all these horrific things. Those are what the negative acts we lean to that. We put away from you. When you deaden that emotional connection to just the existence of something, then you lend yourself to being more susceptible to that negativity. So just for the sake of fucking humanity, have some damn empathy.
Exactly.
Have some empathy. Work that muscle. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I would say shows like The Walking Dead, you think the zombies will be the main antagonist. No, it's always people. Always. It's always the damn people.
For sure, man. It's always people. Yeah, that's how it is, man. But and that's one thing I try to do with my music. I try to, me going through all the things I've gone through in life, the ups and downs, the positives, the happy moments, love, blah, 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 blah. One thing that's always got me through is music. And it's not always necessarily the music in the sense of like, I can relate to every single sentence in the song. Oftentimes, it's this phrase. A phrase would be all I listen to.
Yeah.
It could be a song that I don't even like the genre, but for some reason, this is pulling to me. This is giving me this energy to go through. And when I create my music, that's another way of me trying to share some form of positivity to the world. My topics of my songs about me and my experiences. And I'm a human.
Come on.
Which means I'm pretty sure that all the humans go through the same shit that I go through, because we all insane. So so I try to write in those things so that when people go through their stuff, again, moments of joy and happiness, moments of sadness, moments of grief, moments of being lost, moments of good memories, you can sit in that and emote through that, and hopefully help you get through whatever patch or celebrate whatever patch of life that you're going through at the moment. And I think that's what music is supposed to do. Lauryn Hill says music is supposed to inspire, right? But inspire what?
Yeah.
And that's what I try to answer. What is music supposed to inspire? Wow. Everybody can interpret that in their own unique way.
Yeah. And I love that, like, people who truly are musicians at heart, if you are a creative, it can mean what it is to you. Like for me, I try to create an escape. It was like the one element that I want the music to have is when I go out, when you listen to the music or you come watch me perform, whatever issue, bad relationship problem, job, rent, ain't whatever issue it is, don't matter during them 3 minutes or however long you listening to that experience. You are there in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Definitely. I fully agree with that. I fully agree with that. That's and because you need that.
Yes.
You need that. You know, you need that.
Yeah,
Especially nowadays.
Man, it's getting crazier and crazier. But that's why I love I just love the platforms that we have access to. And like you said, freaking AI, we're gonna go on forever for AI, so I'm not even diving into that. You know what I'm saying? But
that could be a whole segment in itself. You know? Okay.
Well, definitely. After we got to talk, because you know I'm trying to, you know, when you do a pop, try to be a guest on something you doing. We gonna work. We gonna leave. We fam.
Sure,
you know,
sure,
we fam. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So, is there any lasting thing that you want to leave to the people? Because you know, just letting y'all know that after you know we end this, me and my dog still finna chop it up.
Oh, for sure.
But you know,
first of all, I definitely talk about the music.
Yes.
So, I have a new single dropping next week. Yeah, for sure. So, the single is called "Daydream."
Yes.
So it's off the album. As I was saying before, the album in itself, this particular album is part of a chronicle, and this album is called Premonition. So the chapter in it is prologue. So it's a hodgepodge of everything that you're going to get in the future albums. You know, you're going to get different samples of different styles of music that you're going to have in different albums, different topics that you're going to have in different albums. It's really just a sampler. And it pulls some of the songs from a 2020 album that kind of cannibalized to this song. Songs like Mr. Man and you know, Future Love, things like that.
Another banger.
Side. So those are going to be on this album as well. And then there's going to be more, some more tracks. And then, you know, I wanted to make sure that people didn't feel skimped, you know, in the instance of, hey, I took songs from this other album and kind of pushed into this. So that's a total of like 22 songs on this track, on this album.
I love it.
And you know, full on, really good stuff. So that comes out on the 16th of September.
Let's go.
So check that out. It's a wonderful track. It's one of those tracks that I do a lot of creating. I'm always creating. I never stop. I have to turn my creation off. I have to like dim it down. If I don't, I'm always doing something.
Yes.
And, you know, I had already created. Like I said, all the songs for my upcoming next 5 albums are already laid out. But I have a whole host of other songs that I really liked, and I didn't know some of the stuff what to do with.
Yes.
Feeling like something needs to be done with this, but I didn't know what or how it would fit into my project. So when I decided to do Premonition, I was like, here's a chance for me to kind of put some of those in there. And Daydream, when I recorded it, you know, I really started to love the song. And the engineer was going to work like, this is fire.
Yeah.
So I started showing people, and every single person who heard it was like, this shit is fire. And I was like, well, I'm going to listen to these people, and I'm going to go ahead and release this joint as a single. So the song, the topic of the song is, you know, Daydream. But the concept of the album, the song is talking about the way it feels when you first fall in love with somebody. Right. And a lot of times people talk, they're like, oh, you know, love, I just want to, you know, sex, fuck.
Exactly.
When you fall for somebody, what is it like? You can't stop thinking about the individual at all. It's not sad. It's not slow. It's a happy cloud sensation and feeling, right? They can't do nothing wrong. If they have a limp walk, you be like, that's the sexiest walk on the planet. They can pass gas. You be like, I didn't know gas smells so good. You just all over whatever. Everything, negative things turn to positive things, and everything is cute. And you can't.
Yes.
And you find yourself just being like, if I could just be, if I could just touch, if I can just see everything about this person.
That's dope.
And you know, and that's what the song really encapsulates. It encapsulates that fun, wonderful moment. I was really trying to tie in and pull the energy of songs like Mariah Carey's from the 90s. When you walk by every night talking sweet, and you know, it's that good, you know, that happy, feel good type love song. I don't hear a lot of those out. You know,
they don't exist. You know, they're endangered. I won't say they don't exist. They're endangered.
Well, I'm trying. Well, here comes a track that I guarantee you guys are gonna love. that's going to bring that back. It's a really good, happy, feel good song. Some beautiful vocals, the harmonies throughout it. You know, I love my harmonies. I got some one of the albums I focus on live solos, music solos. So in this song, I wanted to highlight that as well. So there's a nice, beautiful electric guitar solo inside the track as well. So it's a really beautiful track, and I think people are gonna love it. And the album Premonition comes out the 24th of October. So I'm performing in Atlanta at Con. It's a kind of a hodgepodge of like a video game, con and a comic book con and a movie type con all together type thing. So I'm performing there, and the album drops the day the 24th. So when I get there,
I'm trying to figure out at Con what I'm gonna be. I'm either gonna be I know I'm gonna be Deadpool. I know that.
Hey,
I'm not just gonna be Deadpool. I'm gonna be Deadpool dressed as somebody.
Hey.
And I'm a part of his TV show called Renegades. I'm actually filming another scene this weekend, and I'm like, in my comic book, it's based off of my character from Renegades. So I'm like, maybe I can go as Deadpool as my character.
That would be fire.
I think that'd be dope. You know
that
what I'm
would be dope. And people would be like, yeah. So
exactly.
Also too at the Comic-Con. So I'm not only am I at Comic-Con, but the con, Shao Kahn. Not only am I performing, which I'm really excited about.
Nice.
You get to hear some of the songs. I'm also having a booth there. So you get to see some merch, X, Y, and Z. But more importantly, I'm going to have a couple of different iPads or tablets there, which is going to be showcasing one of my episodes, multiple of my episodes throughout the year. So you can interact with that. Also, you can listen to my music and things like that. And then like I said, the album itself is a long album, but the album has so much good stuff on it, man. Yeah. There's moments of just like, high positivity. There's moments of low points that people can emote through. I talk about different topics. I talk about one song, actually, I say this. So talking about listening to that voice. Back this weekend, past Sunday, I was sitting here. I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I was up. And because I don't know if I told you, I'm in a mid fast right now. I'm doing a water fast.
Okay.
And trying to make my record. Today's what's today? Today's day. I'm about to go to day 12. Just water.
Yeah. Sheesh.
So just drinking water. Yeah. So, but one of the things about when you do long-term fasting, you get insomnia because your body starts to kick up different hormones, ketones. Adrenaline gets popped up. Serotonin gets popped up. Things like that. So you're up. So, anyways, I'm sitting here messing around, and something was like, "You're not going to be satisfied if you release this album the way it is now." And I was like, "No, deadline is up. It's in 2 weeks. I got to do this. Got to get this. I got to die. I'm not adding any more music to this. It's done." And that voice, you're not going to be satisfied if you not do what you feel you should.
Come on.
And I've been trying to listen to that voice, and the voice is like, keep turning off your creativity because you've been creating so much. You're trying to stay in the moment. Let it out. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it out just a little bit. Yeah, and I created 6 new songs. And to solidify that I was going to go and make sure I did it, it's Sunday night now. Or Sunday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I booked studio time for Monday. Okay. And then I didn't even start writing on these songs until Sunday afternoon at like 6 p.m. I went to the lake and I bust out like 3 songs in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I've been going to the studio all week recording shit. And I just started letting people listen to them. And everybody is like, bro, this is masterful. Yeah. And I'm like, I am so glad I listened to
that voice.
You know what I'm saying? So when I say this album, Premonition, is a fire album, it is an amazing album. It takes the best of what you guys got in 2020. And it shows you what you're about to get. And it shows my progression, which I love.
Yes.
And the songs are deep, right? They're deep, but they're fun. You know, I talk about this epidemic of loneliness that people are experiencing. because I know what that felt like in my my early 20s and in my teenage years. I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about anger and rage because people deal with those emotions. That is not, it's a powerful emotion to deal with.
Come
And
on.
I talk about those type of things as well, and how I was thinking when I was in those moments of rage and whatever. You know, I talk about things that are simple, like for example, I'm always daydreaming. I don't know if I can relate, like being in a room talking to people, and not really being there because your brain is on planet Z547 and you creating and you flying and you X, Y, and Z type concept. But sometimes you must rather just to be by yourself. People think you crazy scaring out in space, but you ain't really scaring out in space. You there? You know what I mean? How many people can relate to songs like that? I talk on different subjects about blackness. That's a song called "The Legacy of Brown Skin" on the album. You know, I talk about us. When I say us, I mean our power. You know, I think there's a difference between, we have to stop, relying on, yes, we are African. Yes, we come from the motherland, right?
Yes.
Stop relying, like ignoring and really truly disrespecting our lineage as Black Americans.
Yes.
What we are dope. We talking to my dad. He's really big on Pan-Africanism, things like that. I don't necessarily follow that trend, but one of the reasons why we are unable to have those, you drive down into the city, you have little India, you have little Chinatown, you have little Russia, you have little whatever.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we don't have that is because we so dope that the world won't let us have it. Because anytime we come up with something unique and new, which is every second, a new word, a new style of walking, a new style of singing, a new type of meme, a new idea, whatever, that's what happens to it. The world eats it. Name somewhere. You go to China, you can go to Japan, you can go to freaking Brazil, you can go to Copenhagen in Denmark, and guess what they're doing? They walking like we walking. They talking like we talking. They listen to the music that we talking. And as our fasts and different things change, their stuff change. Why? Because we are that dope. And you can't be dope if you don't have a dope legacy. Now, legacy is amazing, and so the song is just a celebration of all the things that we've been through, and look how fire we are.
I love that.
So the album is a hodgepodge. So you get a little bit of everything coming, and you get a little bit of whatever journey that you need to be in. If you need to wake up in the morning and sometimes you're dealing with people and issues and stress, and you're just trying to be your best self, and it's just people and their pettiness and their problems and their whatever, and you just need some encouragement. They got a song called "Beautiful." We talk about all that. It's about how dope you are, right? A song called "King Queen," talking about how dope you are, how fire you are. If you're in that particular space type concept.
Yes.
If you're looking for love, or you've trying to you're trying to visualize what your love life is looking like. I got songs about that type of stuff, right? If you've been through bad things, I got songs about that. So it's really a album that almost like myself and my style. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So that comes out October 24th. Again, it's called Tales of a Fool, Premonition. You'll be it'll pop up. You see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Daydream's coming out next week on the 16th. So
and what's the date for the con again?
And that is the 24th as well.
That's on the 24th as well. So look, man, if y'all gonna be in the area, y'all want to not only get the project but get to see it live. You feel me?
Yeah.
We both gonna be in the building.
Oh, sure. For sure.
Yeah, we're doing a follow-up. We're gonna do a follow-up little something while we're there too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. And I'm excited to perform. Performing is so much fun. New York was fire. I'm telling you, we ate out there, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it was so much fun. The crowd was going off. We did SNL and the SNL, and we did Party Favors. The crowd was dancing so much. They came into the area where we were singing. We couldn't even perform. Yeah. Everybody was like all night just dancing around, just happy and just doing their thing. And I was like, bro, so I can't wait to perform next month. So we're gonna eat. I hope that crowd is the biggest crowd on the planet, because all we're gonna do is bring the energy, bring the energy. It's gonna be fire. Definitely if you do come to con, check out the booth, check out the merch, Check out the episodes. You feel me?
Yes.
If you want to see the adventures of what the fuck this dude is talking about when he says the adventures of Naruto and Bob Marley, come through. You feel me? Come through. So, and that starts next week as well. Next Thursday, next Friday will be the first episodes dropping on the channel. And if you're trying to find anything dealing with myself, Jamal Marvel, let me spell it out because it's Jamaal. My mom had to be unique with it. So Jamal Marvel, like Marvel Comics, Jamaal Marvel. Just type it in Google, and that's my handle for everything. That's my handle for all things in life. So type it anywhere on any social media, on any point, and you will find me. You will find my content. You know, I'll try to keep my marketing easy and clean for you to find this good, positive, music and artwork that I'm putting out for the world to enjoy and hopefully continue my legacy through the emotions, the feelings and connections they have with it, and pass it on to the rest of the world as well.
Man, I love that so much, bro. Thank you so much for the
Thank
dope
you.
conversation. Because y'all, hey, look, we can go for another hour. You feel me?
We can go for multiple hours, man.
We can go for another hour. You feel me?
What are you talking?
Yeah, come on, straight up. But thank you so much, bro. This has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who it is, man. It's Jamal Marvel. You feel me? At Jamal Marvel everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But nobody else got the name but him. Just like nobody got Blaze Hunter but me.
Exactly.
Straight like that. Love, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you to the audience for listening. Thank you so much for the support. I really love it. I really appreciate it. Love, 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 love. Thank you.
Yeah!